Welcome to History with Herodotus, where we embark on a journey through the annals of time, exploring the most fascinating stories of human civilization. Today, we venture into the realm of the history of Rome, from kingdom to empire, a tale of grandeur, ambition, and transformation that would shape the course of Western history. It is a story that spans centuries, filled with remarkable characters, pivotal events, and cultural achievements that continue to inspire awe and curiosity. To understand the genesis of Rome's ascent, we must first look to the Italian peninsula during the 8th century BC, a time when the region was inhabited by various tribes and city-states. The Latins, a group of Indo-European-speaking people, had settled in the areas surrounding the future site of Rome, establishing small agricultural communities and trading networks. It was amidst this landscape that the legendary founders of Rome, Romulus and Remus, would emerge, their story becoming an integral part of Roman mythology. According to tradition, Romulus and Remus were the twin sons of Rhea Silvia, a Vestal virgin, and Mars, the god of war. Abandoned as infants in the Tiber River, they were discovered by a she-wolf who nurtured them until they were found by a shepherd named Faustulus. As the twins grew, they became natural leaders, and their ultimate decision to build a city together would lead to a bitter dispute over its governance. The tale of Romulus and Remus serves as a poignant reminder of the complexities and challenges that often accompany the founding of great civilizations. The mythological account of Rome's origins is intertwined with historical fact, as archaeological evidence suggests that the city was indeed founded in the mid-8th century BC. Likely by the Latins. The site, situated on the eastern bank of the Tiber River, offered strategic advantages, including access to trade routes and a natural defensive position. As the city began to take shape, its early inhabitants would have been influenced by the surrounding cultures, including the Etruscans to the north and the Greeks to the south. During this formative period, Rome was ruled by a series of kings, each contributing to the city's growth and development. The first king, Romulus, is said to have reigned for over 40 years, establishing the Roman Senate and the office of the Rex, or king. He also initiated the construction of key infrastructure, including the founding of the Roman Forum and the building of the Palatine Hill, which would become the heart of the city. As the reign of Romulus came to a close, Rome entered a period of significant transformation, with a series of kings contributing to the city's growth and development. The second king, Numa Pompilius, who ruled from 714 to 673 BC, is notable for his efforts to establish a more formal system of government and to promote the arts and culture. He is said to have introduced the office of the Pontifex Maximus, the chief priest of Rome, and to have established the Roman calendar, which would remain in use for centuries. One of the most influential kings of this period was Tullus Hostilius, who ruled from 673 to 642 BC. He is remembered for his military campaigns, particularly the conquest of the neighboring city of Alba Longa, which would become a significant event in Roman history. The legendary story of the Horatii and Curiatii, two groups of triplets who engaged in a fierce battle to determine the outcome of the war between Rome and Alba Longa, has been passed down through the centuries as a testament to the bravery and cunning of the Roman people. The reign of Ancus Marcius, who ruled from 642 to 6117 BC, marked an important turning point in Roman history. He is credited with the construction of the first bridge across the Tiber River, which would facilitate trade and commerce between Rome and the surrounding regions. Additionally, he established the port city of Ostia, which would become a crucial center for Roman maritime trade. As the 6th century BC progressed, Rome continued to expand its territories through a series of military campaigns. The reign of Tarquinius Priscus, who ruled from 616 to 579 BC, was marked by significant conquests, including the capture of the Etruscan city of Veii. This victory would provide Rome with access to the rich resources and cultural achievements of the Etruscans, which would have a profound impact on the development of Roman civilization. The rule of Servius Tullius, who reigned from 578 to 534 BC, is notable for his efforts to reform the Roman constitution and to promote the welfare of the common people. He is said to have introduced the census, a system for counting the population and determining social class, which would become a cornerstone of Roman governance. Additionally, he established the Comitia Centuriata, an assembly of citizens that would provide a voice for the people in the governance of Rome. As the 6th century BC drew to a close, Rome was on the cusp of a major transformation. The reign of Tarquinius Superbus, who ruled from 534 to 509 BC, was marked by tyranny and oppression, which would ultimately lead to the overthrow of the monarchy and the establishment of the Roman Republic. The legendary story of Lucius Junius Brutus, who led the rebellion against Tarquinius Superbus and became one of the first consuls of Rome, has been passed down through the centuries as a testament to the courage and determination of the Roman people. As the Roman Republic was established, Rome entered a new era of governance, with power held by 2 consuls who were elected annually. This system would provide a framework for the development of Roman law, politics, and culture, which would have a profound impact on Western civilization. The Roman Republic would go on to expand its territories through a series of military campaigns, establishing itself as a dominant power in the Mediterranean world. The early years of the Roman Republic were marked by conflict with neighboring cities, including the Etruscan city of Veii and the Latin city of Tusculum. However, Rome also began to establish alliances with other cities, including the Latin League, which would provide a foundation for its future expansion. The reign of the consuls, who were responsible for the governance of Rome and the command of its armies, would become a defining feature of Roman politics. One notable event during this period was the invasion of the Gauls, a tribe from northern Italy who sacked Rome in 3090 BC. This devastating defeat would have a profound impact on the development of Roman culture and identity, as the city struggled to rebuild and recover from the trauma of the invasion. However, it also marked a turning point in Roman history, as the city began to assert its dominance over the surrounding regions and to establish itself as a major power in the Mediterranean world. The 4th century BC would see significant developments in Roman politics, law, and culture. The introduction of the 12 Tables, a codification of Roman law, would provide a framework for the governance of Rome and its territories. The development of the Roman legions, which would become the backbone of the Roman army, would enable Rome to expand its territories through a series of military campaigns. As Rome continued to expand its territories, it would come into conflict with other major powers in the Mediterranean world, including the Samnites, the Pyrrhus of Epirus, and the Carthaginians. These conflicts would have a profound impact on the development of Roman culture and identity, as the city struggled to assert its dominance over the surrounding regions. As Rome continued to expand its territories, it would come into conflict with other major powers in the Mediterranean world, including the Samnites, the Pyrrhus of Epirus, and the Carthaginians. The Punic Wars, which lasted from 264 to 1406 BC, would be a defining feature of this period, as Rome clashed with Carthage in a series of brutal and devastating conflicts. The Roman victory in these wars would cement its position as the dominant power in the Mediterranean world and would have a profound impact on the development of Roman culture and identity. One notable event during this period was the destruction of Carthage in 146 BC, which would mark the end of the Third Punic War and the final triumph of Rome over its arch-nemesis. As the Roman historian Polybius would later write, the destruction of Carthage was a turning point in the history of the world, for it marked the beginning of a new era of Roman dominance. The legacy of this event can still be seen today, as the ruins of Carthage remain a powerful symbol of the transience of power and the enduring legacy of ancient civilizations. The late Republic would also see significant developments in Roman politics, law, and culture. The introduction of the Lex Cornelia, a series of laws introduced by the dictator Lucius Cornelius Sulla, would provide a framework for the governance of Rome and its territories. The development of the Roman Senate, which would become a powerful institution in Roman politics, would also play a key role in shaping the course of Roman history. As the Roman Republic gave way to the Roman Empire, under the rule of Augustus Caesar, Rome would enter a new era of peace and prosperity. The Pax Romana, or Roman peace, would last for over 2 centuries and would see significant developments in Roman culture, law, and politics. The Roman Empire would stretch from Britain to Egypt and would leave a lasting legacy in the modern world. Today, the history of Rome, from kingdom to empire, is remembered as one of the most fascinating and complex stories in human history. As the historian Edward Gibbon would later write, the history of Rome is a story of triumph and tragedy, of glory and decline, and of the enduring legacy of a civilization that continues to shape our world today. The ruins of Rome, from the Colosseum to the Pantheon, remain some of the most iconic and awe-inspiring landmarks in the world, and continue to inspire wonder and curiosity in people from all over the globe. The lasting impact of the history of Rome, from kingdom to empire, can be seen in everything from language and law to architecture and art. The Roman legacy continues to shape our world today, from the governments and institutions that we live under, to the buildings and monuments that we admire. That's all for today's History with Herodotus. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and until next time, remember that to understand the present, we must first understand the past.